Welcome to this explainer for your GAB6113 Principles of Management assignment. If you're taking this course in the July/August 2026 trimester, well, you're in exactly the right spot. Consider this your ultimate mission briefing for locking down those top marks. We're going to break down these project guidelines step by step using the exact information from your assignment brief so you and your team know precisely what's expected of you.
All right, let's just dive right in. This project is a pretty big deal. It accounts for a massive 20% of your total coursework grade. And as you can see, it's split into two main deliverables. First up, your written assignment report, which carries the bulk of the weight at 15%. But hey, don't sleep on that remaining 5% dedicated to your live presentation. Securing full marks means bringing your A game to both a written documentation and your live exhibition of that knowledge.
So, here's our systematic roadmap for today. We'll quickly cover the project overview, outline the core report requirements, touch on group dynamics and ethics, hit those all-important submission and formatting rules, and finally, unpack the grading rubric. All right, Section 1, Project Overview.
Your very first directive here is simple but absolutely crucial. You need to form a team. Gather a group of up to, but definitely no more than 5 students. Once you've assembled your squad, register with your tutor to get your official group number. Write that down somewhere safe because you are going to need it later. Next up, head over to the Bursa Malaysia website and pick one single Malaysian public listed company. This specific company will be the entire focus of your analysis. So, a little pro tip here, make sure you choose one that actually has plenty of public data available regarding its management structure. You don't want to be hunting for ghosts halfway through the term.
Moving right along to Section 2, Core Report Requirements.
For the main body of your report, you're working with a strict maximum limit of 15 pages. Inside those 15 pages, you've got to follow a rock-solid 5-step blueprint. Step 1, start with the background of the organization. Think history, mission, vision, and organizational structure. Step 2 covers managerial roles. Basically, who are the top managers and what exactly are their profiles and responsibilities. Step 3 shifts to managerial functions. This is where you explain how the company actually pulls off planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Step 4 evaluates industry competitiveness, and finally, Step 5 wraps the whole thing up with actionable recommendations to solve challenges and capitalize on their strengths.
Now, I really want you to pay close attention to the specific depth required for Step 4. You can't just broadly claim a company is doing great. You have to explicitly assess what makes them stand out against the competition. And that means conducting a full-blown SWOT analysis. What are their internal strengths and weaknesses? What external opportunities and threats are lurking out there in their specific environment? To nail this section, you've absolutely got to back up your claims with solid data from media, literature, or other secondary sources.
Next up, Section 3, Group Dynamics and Ethics.
Take a look at this quote straight from your guidelines. It brings up the #1 fear in literally any group project, right? Accountability. The group leader is responsible for making sure everyone plays their part, and every single member has to participate actively. Listen, if someone gets caught free riding, the lecturer has the absolute right to convert that specific group's collective score into individual marks. Basically, one person slacking off could cost them their entire grade while protecting the folks who actually put in the elbow grease.
On top of that, academic integrity is paramount here. Your final work is going straight through Turnitin, and any plagiarized work, which includes a high similarity index or AI index, is an automatic fail, no exceptions. We're talking about copying another student's work, failing to cite properly, hiring someone else, or relying way too heavily on quotes from a single source. And let's talk about artificial intelligence for a second. You can absolutely use AI tools to help you wrap your head around a complex concept, but using AI to actually produce and write your assignment, that is strictly prohibited.
Okay, Section 4, Submission and Formatting Rules.
I'd honestly recommend taking a quick screenshot of this checklist right now, because even brilliant research will lose marks if it doesn't look exactly as requested. These formatting rules are totally rigid and mandatory for your 15 pages. Your text must be in Times New Roman, size 12, with single-line spacing. Your margins have to be exactly 2.54 centimeters on all 4 sides, and every single citation must strictly follow APA style. Oh, and a huge heads up, you absolutely must use the official unaltered cover page provided in your brief. You can type in your names and group number, of course, but do not mess with the formatting of that page or the rubric attached to it. Leave it as is.
So once it's perfectly formatted, how do you actually hand it in? Notice the two very distinct differences in submission protocols here. For the written report, you've got to submit both a PDF and a Word document through a Microsoft Forms link provided by your tutor. And pay super close attention to the naming convention. It literally has to be your section, an underscore, and your group number. For example, AC1A underscore group 2. Your presentation slides, on the other hand, the PPT file, are submitted strictly after you finish presenting, also via an MS Forms link.
Finally, let's unpack Section 5, the grading rubric.
Let's break down exactly how you earn those 15 report marks. They're sliced up evenly across 6 criteria, with each section maxing out at 2.5 marks. You get 2.5 for the background, 2.5 for managerial roles and functions, 2.5 for your SWOT analysis, 2.5 for competitor assessment, and 2.5 for your recommendations. But hey, take a really close look at that last row. References, appendices, and formatting effort are also worth 2.5 marks, which brilliantly proves why following those font and margin rules we just talked about is literally just as valuable to your grade as a perfectly written company background.
Now, what about the remaining 5 marks dedicated to your live exhibition? Those are split right down the middle into 2 buckets. The first 2.5 marks are all about professionalism. This covers your attire, your presentation skills, how well you manage your time on stage, and your teamwork during the delivery. The second 2.5 marks gauge your superior effort and creativity. This judges the actual depth and accuracy of the content you're presenting, plus how creative and high quality your visual aids are.
All right, lock this absolute ultimate deadline into your calendars right this second. Thursday, September 24th, 2026, by exactly 5 p.m., not midnight, 5 p.m. sharp. Any late submissions are going to face active penalties. And let's be real. Considering how much blood, sweat, and tears you'll be pouring into those 15 pages, you absolutely do not want to bleed points just over poor time management.
And there you have it. That wraps up our explainer. Your mission parameters are crystal clear, your formatting constraints are set in stone, and your final deadline is locked. The only real question left on the table is, which Malaysian public-listed company will your team choose to conquer? Talk to your group, secure that number from your tutor, start your research early, and go secure those top marks.